Hello people, right, bit of a change of video this morning. Masses and masses of trades around this morning, as you're probably aware if you've followed my Twitter feed. But one tweet I did make was about this RsiHisto and how it is just mind-blowingly positive, solid, good, excellent, fantastic, whatever you want to call it, as a scalping indicator. You know, do yourself a favour, guys. I was going to say, well, one thing I think will teach you more than most things is actually looking for the ones that fail. So by now you should know, if you've watched a few of my videos and seen a few of my tweets and the images of trades, you should now know what a break and close is. Bust and break. Bust up, pull back, break and close. And the way you can tell the number is hover the mouse over and you will see, do it a couple of times because it's weird like that. It can give you an odd reading. So 11.1 on that one, and then 11 point something else, 11.6 on that one. Double check it again, or triple check it even, and look what happens. A massive move. Now I find this fascinating, that it picks up very often the 3 candle reversals that I talk about and I live and die by. It seems to match those candles. And the other thing that's interesting is that it gets in early. Look at this massive move there. Okay, there was a bit of a pullback, but it didn't go below the low of the candle. And that's not the end of the world anyway. That's not what I'm here to identify. We're not worried about stops at the moment. We're worried about just studying this RSI and studying when they work, and more importantly, understanding when they don't work, why they don't work. And more often than not, it'll be because you haven't got entered at a point where we've just come back above 0, as opposed to trying to enter right at the top of a move. You know, you can see clearly what I'm talking about. You want to be entering away from the hourly 8 EMA, which on this pair is on this time frame, sorry, is 16. 2 half-hour candles in an hourly candle. So if it's 8 on the hourly, it means times 2 is 16, times 4 is 32 on the 15-minute, and then 3 times 32 is 96. So that's how you get the 8 EMA on every time frame. You just multiply it by the divisors. So over here, bust up, pull back, break and close. Look what happens. And the green dotted line is on the candle that you would have taken the trade on. That candle there, so it's gone up 2 consecutive green candles for a whole hour, in other words. And it just goes on and on and on. So do your homework, guys. Look, there's something over here as well. It will make a difference at time of day, obviously, because there are good times to trade and bad times, depending on the currency pair as well. But do your homework. This works on every time frame. The higher the time frame, up to hourly for intraday. 4 hourly, not so keen on, but I'm not going to go into that on here. Do your own homework. Hourly, half hourly, 15-minute, providing you're in the volatile periods, really any time during the London session, but pick your times carefully. This thing is gold, solid gold. Got a little trade on it there to attack the R2, but I won't go into that here. But I used the RSI again, and I was well aware of the lower time frames, watching it on all of them. It's solid on the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, hourly. Not so keen on anything above that. But if you're an intraday trader, an intraday trader, you know, carrying trades over days, then it may well work for you, but I'm not really interested in that, to be honest. Having said that, you want to know what a daily chart is showing you. So let's use again for another example. If we've gone from green to red the previous day, remember you want to be closed, then look what happens, price comes down. Green to red, it didn't in that case because it's into some sort of support. You've got to use your common sense. I mean, again, green to red, it hasn't pulled back any distance here, but once we get a green to red and we're at resistance, look what happens. So you've got to use your common sense with these things. Red to green, just crossing over the zero at support, what happens? These are daily charts, remember guys, so you just want to be using this as an indicator to which way you want to be trading using the lower time frames, in my opinion, as a scalper. So this RSI, guys, let's just have a look at another random chart. Let's go whiz into one. Let's go for dollar CAD for a change. I don't trade that at all hardly, so this will be interesting. Let's go to the, well, there's one there. Bust, pullback, continuation, and the price continues on up. Little red candle there, of course. Bust down, pullback, break and close, look what happens. And that's just prior to the American session. Haven't got any breaks and pulls, no bust ups. There's one there. Bust up, pull back, break and close, price immediately steams on up. Just use your common sense, guys. What's this one looking like? 165958, double check. 165958, 16, so that didn't. And this one, although it did make a profit, it's not the best looking break and close I've ever seen in my life. You want this one to have really busted that one. The smaller the bust and break, the more useful they are to us. These are overextended, in my opinion, these big bars here. It did go, but use your common sense on what you're doing. Here's a bust and break here, not one of the better ones, it's a continuation one, but it did the trick. 33351, double check. 33351, triple check this one. This one's proving difficult. It's not 29, it's more than 29. I can see that with my eyes. 363831, 363831, and look what happens to price. Collapses. Quiet time of day, but it's a nice grinding trade. So let's take the scroll off and look at a few more examples. Here's one. Bust, pullback, and this is the other thing to notice, guys. Sorry, I nearly forgot that. Look at the lack of momentum to the long side. It's all to the downside. Little green bars, not even touching the 20. What do you really think you'd be wanting to trade at this point here? Waiting here, wondering what to do. High, low, lower high, lower low, pullback. What do you reckon we should be looking for? There's the bust. Look for a break and close. You might as well put the house on something like that. And you know, once again, once it's moved above the level, we don't really have a decent bust and break and close over here, although that one was, but that would have been very, very tricky to consider trading at that point there. But let's just have a look at the exact candle that it happened on. Yeah, it was that one. So actually, bust up, pull back, no momentum, didn't even touch the minus 20, break and close up, there it is there. We've even got sort of reversals going on here as well. Nasty spike there, but you know, that was probably news related or something. And then it's continued with very little drawdown at all. There's your bust and there's your break and close, there's your continuation. Enter there, it's gone miles. So study this thing, guys, it works. We've even got one here, we've got a descending line. This is another way to look at RSI. It could be tailing off. You could say to yourself, right, well, we've got divergence there, but I don't want to be shorting that really. And then we get the break and close, powers back into the market, boom, price moves up. Very quiet time of day, but just study it yourself, guys. This is just a heads up to the power of the RSI. Look, here we go again. Breakthrough, 3 candle reversal somewhere going on here. Bust through, break and close here. A little bit of sideways, but you will not want to be going long against all of this. There's no momentum to the long side. So what really do you want to be waiting for? Go on the lower time frames, watch the pullback, wait for another bust and break. Break and close, bust, break and close. So the RSI, look, all of this stuff here. How could you possibly consider going short anywhere here? Not only are you above the hourly ATMA, but there is no momentum to the downside. Always use your common sense, use your eyes. This RSI is screaming what way you should be trading most of the day. Here, you don't want to be considering long. Just wait for the break and close. That's the low. This is probably the break and close. That's the bust rather. Pull back, break and close on that candle there. Notice once again, it's a tiny little candle. It's crazy how these work just before the entry. It's mad, absolutely mind-boggling. Here's another break and bust, pull back, break and close, power. It just doesn't look back. So do your own homework on these guys. Find the ones that fail. That's the best way to do things, and find why they fail. Look, bust up, pull back, break and close. It's just crazy. Bust down, pull back, break and close. Price goes down. That's the busy time. That's the London Open. Once again, look, no momentum to the long side. The RSI is screaming at you, wait for shorts. Okay, watch that RSI, guys. It is priceless. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.